Oh my gosh, I'm back, dude! I'm back! Yes! Yes! My name is Jake Blue, and in this video, I'm going to complete a road trip across America from Maine back to my hometown in Hope, Idaho, all while living out of my converted camper van. I'll give you a tour of the van in just a moment and tell you about some of my plans for this trip, but first, I've got to catch you up to speed because I actually already started the road trip, and today was awesome. I started this road trip driving off the coast of Maine and spent the first night in a place called Rangeley, inland Maine. Day 2 was spent driving through the back roads of New Hampshire and Vermont to see a friend named David at Kingdom Trails. David's here working at the mountain biking trails I just got to. It's called Kingdom Trails up here in Vermont. And I'm so excited for this. David just came to one of the group van events I hosted in Maine, and he had to leave early because he had to get back to work, but now I'm here to see him. David, it's Jake! What's up? I told you I'd come see you. I was so excited.
Get on your bike, man. Get on your bike. I'm going to start you off and show him the thing. Yeah, you got your bike with you.
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah, bring your bike up. I'm going to get my bike and roll it over there.
Thank you so much.
Wayfarers rules.
It does.
Kingdom Trails rules.
Kingdom Trails, baby.
I was very excited to start this ride, but I found out it's a 2.5-mile ride up just to get to the starting point.
Made it to the top here at Kingdom Trails. It was a 2.5-mile ride to get up to the top of this place. But now look at it. This ride down is gonna be absurd. Whoa. After mountain biking, we're here at the Northeast Kingdom Country Store. Get a little lunch. I got a turkey sandwich and a pumpkin swirl roll. This is actually particularly exciting because it's the same kind of roll I'm going to order from my favorite bakery back in Sandpoint, Idaho when I get there at the end of this video. So we're gonna compare this to that one. Vermont cooking is hard to beat. Good sandwich too. That brings us back to the present moment right here just south of Burlington, Vermont, where I can hopefully find a place to sleep around here tonight. Shh. But before we do that and pass out for the night, I need to give you a tour of the van. I have a full van tour video that you can watch on my channel. I'll tag it somewhere right up here. But this is my converted camper van from Wayfarer Vans. It's a 2018 Ram ProMaster. I've had it since the end of 2023 and been to just about every small town in America with it. Let's hop inside and I'll show you what we're working with. As for general layout, you can see some basics right here. I did not make my bed, which I really should have before making this video. Let's cut to that real quick. Isn't that better? This is my home on the road. This is where I sleep at night. I almost never pay for campgrounds. I camp in whatever sneaky spots I can find, or when I'm in the west, lots of public lands. But right now, to get through the east, I have to stealth camp a lot, which is why not having windows in this van is a big advantage right now. Down below, we have a Yeti 1500, I believe is what it is, battery charger that charges automatically from the car battery while I drive. This is the thing that charges my laptop, my electronics, my camera that I'm filming on right now. I have my mountain bike right here, my little swivel table right here, golf clubs, and then probably my favorite thing in the whole van is this cooler. When I've lived in a car for my first 2.5 years on the road, I didn't have any way to keep cold food. Now this cooler stays about 36 degrees constantly and gets charged automatically off that Yeti battery so I can have cold food. Don't have very much right now, so we'll have to fix that tomorrow, but this is a short little tour of the van. That means I'll see you in the morning and lay out some of the trip goals I have for the rest of the 2-ish weeks that it'll take for me to get back to Idaho. Last night did not go according to plan. I ended up having to drive another hour south because they wouldn't let me sleep up in Vermont to a place called Crown Point, New York. I just crossed the state line last night. This is a little state park that I stealth camped in, and there's amazing ruins right over here from like 1759, built by the French. Did a walkthrough this morning. It's great. As cool as all that is, it is now time to start driving again, and we got a lot of stuff to do on the rest of this road trip. I just sat down on the computer here, did a little bit of a checklist. So these are all the things I'm going to throw up on screen that I'm going to do for the rest of this road trip. We've got so many places to stop at and specific things I want to do at each of these spots, like seeing people, doing some really cool activities, going to a restaurant that I haven't been to in years. I'm so excited to go back to, and we're going to walk through all of these together. First stop is Rochester, New York, to see some awesome people, and I'm so excited for this. But it's many hours of driving still away, so let's get started. Whenever I do a long road trip, I make it a point to get outside and move. Sitting in a chair all day in the car kills you, just destroys your muscles. So this is a little trail system I like to run over in Lake Placid, New York, one of my favorite small towns in America. You can see the giant Olympic ski jump over behind me. I filmed a video here not that long ago you can watch up here. And I also have a list of the greatest small towns in America at the link in the description of this video. Day 4 on the road trip across America. Welcome to Rochester, New York. The reason Rochester is one of the destinations we get to check off the list of places to visit on this road trip across America isn't because it's a good travel destination. If you road trip across America to visit Rochester, you're probably going to be disappointed. I'm here because I have two pretty dear friends of mine who live in this city or near this city. And in just about 15 minutes, we're going to pick one of them up from right over here. I thought we were taking my van to breakfast. Look at this car that Sean pulls up in, and he's going to give me a ride. Let's go. Oh my God.
Sean and I first met when I signed up for a whale shark snorkeling tour in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, and this guy was the guide that took me out there and showed me the greatest time swimming with whale sharks that I could have ever had. Ever since that trip, Sean and I have stayed in touch. I even visited him in New York a few weeks ago where we went mountain biking and had an absolute blast. Guy's absolutely legendary. The link to his social media will be in the description of this video.
The second stop of the day is to see an old friend of mine named Isaac, who should be coming outside right about.
Isaac has earned a special respect out of anyone in my life because he's built his whole life, everything successful in it, all alone. He's dealt with awful people, awful families, so many different kinds of things, and had very few people to support him at pivotal moments in his life, and he didn't care. He just kept going with a commitment to goodness and kindness that makes him one of my favorite people. It's so impressive, and today he's working on all sorts of new creative endeavors, writing stories. Go follow him at the link in the description because he needs some peer pressure to post some of these stories on social media.
Before I leave New York, Isaac and I are playing a game of chess because last time we played was, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And Isaac beat me, so this is a rematch for years later. I play chess on chess.com almost every day. Isaac beats me, and he hasn't played chess like at all. It pisses me off. It's like right now, it's like it is absurd what is happening. Day 4 on the road trip across America. Yesterday I tried to skip day 3 because I drove for so long. It felt like 2 days combined, but it's actually only day 4. Elcottville, New York. Let's see how much further we can get today. It's about 5:30 and I just made it to a place I haven't been to for years. This is Cuyahoga National Park in Ohio, just next to Cleveland. And if you look around, you'll realize it does not look like I'm in a national park at all. You've got to walk for quite a long ways here before you actually start getting out in the forest, and even then Cuyahoga National Park is unique in the fact is it's more of an urban nature park rather than a national park like Yellowstone or the Tetons, where it's just untouched, beautiful wilderness. And here you can always hear the sound of the highway over there. There's literally people. This park is broken up into little parcels. So as you're driving on the national park road, you'll drive by people's front lawns. I don't like that. It drove me crazy about last time I came here when I was doing my national park tour across America. It was just sort of weird to be walking into people's homes when I was out walking through the forest in the middle of what was supposed to be this untouched, beautiful nature area. That being said, there are still some areas of this park that are most certainly worth appreciating. There are several parts of the Midwest that have this awesome gorges that are almost hidden by the canopy of the forest, so you really wouldn't even be able to tell there was ever a canyon here until you got down in it. There's a couple places like this with some unbelievable rock geology, these sediment rocks that kind of fall on top of each other. It is really, really cool. It's just not truly wild. Like, there's a pair of socks that somebody left on a rock right over here because they were down here swimming, so it doesn't feel truly like wilderness, but it's fun. Plus, after driving for so many hours the last 4 days, I just need to be outside walking. Like, I swear, man, like your body just starts to atrophy and fall apart when you drive and sit for that long. Like, my body just hurts. This has been a good nature stopover for some walking to get my legs warm again. But I've still got hours of driving before I truly get back into wilderness on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And I've got a very important place to check off before we get there. That's Ann Arbor, with one of my favorite restaurants in America that I've been to so far. I'm leaving a place called Cedar Point, Ohio right now after another 6-hour day of driving. This is getting to be a lot for my poor mental state. It's a lot. I've just decided that I'm ready to be done driving for the day, but the problem is I've driven into the Midwestern section of America, where something that I like to call parking lot culture exists as strong as anywhere. Parking lot culture is when a bunch of usually young kids just get together in a bunch of parking lots downtown and just hang out there until like 10, 11 o'clock at night. The last 3 parking lots I pulled into looking for a place to stealth camp for the night, there's been a bunch of kids drinking beer, shirtless dudes running around throwing balls back and forth. There was one group that had like a bunch of barbecue trash just littered across this picnic pavilion area, and that's not good signs to see when you're looking for a place to sleep, because you're just asking for trouble if you're gonna go try to sleep there. So man, I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight, but I know this is getting to be a long drive. I knew it would be, but it just hurts. Day 5 on the road trip across America. Come look at the sunrise. That is a real nice thing to wake up to after the long drive I had last night looking for a place to sleep. This drive across America, man, I need a break badly. I'm remembering now why I stopped doing these long hauls across America and started just making a rule that I would drive like 2.5, maybe 3 hours a day if I was really trying to get somewhere. But these 6-7 hour driving days, man, they're so hard on me. My belly feels all swollen because I haven't been getting enough movement in. My mind feels weak. My legs feel stiff. I was up late last night stretching. Didn't go to bed until like 11:45, 12 o'clock. And then woke up at 4:45 this morning from 2 back-to-back nightmares in a row. Just like, this is so not good for my body and I need a rest. The problem is, with this part of the drive across America, is that is not an option here on the Ohio coast. It's not van friendly country and it's not my country. I've still got like a solid 6-7 hours of driving before I get to the first serious stop where I can enjoy myself on this trip. We're like 2.5 hours away. Frita Batidos in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Here we come. I got here early enough. It's easy. Yeah, I ordered all their food. We're here at Frita Batidos. I'm so excited for this. First thing, I'll walk you through what we got here. They gave me a garlic truffle fries, which are probably pretty similar to most restaurants that you go to. A little bit of chipotle mayo, garlic mayo, delicious. That's like, I've had that flavor before. The rest of this is Cuban style street food. So this is like mango pork over rice a little bowl. Like, it's healthy. I need that right now too. And then the most famous thing they're famous here for is these batidos. So I don't even know what a batito is. It's like a smoothie. This is a coconut milkshake style thing. And it's unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Dude, if I had a last meal in the world, that might be like pretty high up on the list of one of the things I want to try again before I die. I got the Mexican hot chocolate one last time, but these potatoes too. This restaurant's amazing. That was an incredibly successful day of food in Ann Arbor, even though I was not excited to drive in here at all. I really desperately need to go find somewhere to exercise and just not drive for 2-3 days now. That means we have a 6-hour drive going north, and I feel maybe energized enough from Frita Batidos that I might be able to make the whole thing right now. Let's find out. It is day 6 on the road trip across America, and today things are finally gonna start getting real fun on this drive. Let's go. Mackinac City here is a place I've been looking forward to get to forever since I started this road trip, 6 days, because it's the very top of the mitt that makes up Michigan. I'll throw a map up on the screen for you here. From Mackinac City, there is a massive bridge that goes across the lake and lands at what's called the Upper Peninsula, or the UP of Michigan, which is one of my favorite parts of the country. It's about a 2-hour drive for me before I get to the little town that I want to visit up on the Upper Peninsula before I start heading west. But this is an important stop for me because it's the last real solid resupply that I'm going to get until I get 4 hours down the road. Let's go see what they have at this little tiny grocery store. I got everything I needed: frozen fruits, some raspberries and blackberries. These are key components in my morning yogurt bowls. Some carrots and grapes for road snacks. And then finally, I hate doing this, but I bought bottled water as well, just because where we're going is going to be pretty remote, and I might not have a chance to fill up my actual water jug under the sink that you're sitting on right now for a while. So this is going to last us for hopefully 3-4 days. Probably not that long, but I'll have to find another solution when I get up there. Let's go. It is now time to make this road trip start being fun at last. Oh my gosh, I think I'm finally here, dude. Grand Marais, Michigan. One of the tiniest, most beautiful towns in all the land. I've only ever been here once, and I'm finally back after driving so far. It's finally happening. I'm back here on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, the best beaches in America. Oh my gosh, I haven't been here in so many years. Sand dunes to hike this way. Crystal clear, fresh water as far as the eye can see here at Lake Superior. Sand beaches, crazy rocks on the... Dude, better than California's beaches in every way. I'm back. I'm back. If I remember Lake Superior the way I think I do, this lake is always cold. It doesn't matter how warm it gets in the summer. Let me see if I'm still right. Not warm at all. Not warm at all. But look at how clear it is. This massive lake is still this clear. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be here for a couple days. I'm gonna be here a couple days. This is great. It's day 7 on the road trip across America, and today is my full rest day here in Grand Marais, Michigan. I've been looking forward to being barefoot on this beach ever since I started this road trip, but I've got to be very careful because I've made the mistake in the past of getting super stiff and tight while driving across America, getting here and then trying to sprint down the beach. First thing I do, I know now that like my legs are really, really tight. So I've got to spend a lot of time this morning on mobility, and then maybe we can get some good exercise in a beautiful, beautiful place. I think that's enough to start with some light movement. See if we can get a little ways down the beach. First sand dune climb, so much further than it looks. No way, dude. Check this out. Wild raspberries. That's amazingly delicious. top of the sand dune. Now that we're up here, you can start to appreciate some of the geology that makes up how cool this land is. See, many eons ago, the Great Lakes were all held together by one massive ice dam. So Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario were all caged in by these huge ice walls. That ice wall just slowly got weaker and weaker over time. And this lake was so big that it stretched like 900 to 1,000 miles up into Canada. When that glacial dam finally broke, all of the water from all of the Great Lakes, plus even more, rushed down the St. Pierre River up above New York and Maine into the Atlantic Ocean and cut off the Atlantic Ocean current, which basically keeps the whole of the Western world running. The result, something like 85% of all the species on the planet went extinct, all because of the glacial dam that broke right here in the Great Lakes. So you're looking around, you can start to understand a little bit of the geology that makes up this place. I think I'm warm enough to actually finally start moving now. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I feel so much better. The rest of day 7 is going to be spent finally finishing the edits on the last video I have in Maine. And then tomorrow we got a lot more driving and a lot more cool stuff to see. So I'll see you then. It's day 8 on the road trip across America. This is my second night that I've spent in Grand Marais, and that means it is time to start heading west again. Before we leave, there is one more very special thing I came to Grand Marais to do. It means we got like a 50-minute drive. I can't wait to show you this place.
Chances are you've probably seen photos of Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, but you've probably never known where it actually is. See, up here on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, there is a remote stretch of lakeshore along Lake Superior that is just wild like you cannot believe. Totally stunning, beautiful swamplands, lakes, beaches, and there's nobody here. I cannot recommend visiting this place enough because aside from just the forests and nature and beauty, it also has what might be the single most beautiful coastline in the country.
Behind me is the first little glimpse you can catch of the painted cliffs of Michigan. Without me jumping off the trail and risking getting fines and potentially arrested, it's really hard to appreciate how unbelievable these cliffs are. So I'm going to grab a couple pictures from the internet and just put them here for you. This is one of the most famous kayaking destinations in all the world because of how crazy these cliffs are. Just check this stuff out. Oh, Michigan's so cool. Time to head over west towards the Great Plains now. Today is day 9 on the road trip across America. I just made it out of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan yesterday, crossed here into northern Wisconsin. Tonight we should be in Minnesota. I just made it here to Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota. I'm being very careful and putting on a lot of layers this time because last time I was at this national park, when I checked off all the national parks in the lower 48 states, I only spent like 15 minutes here because the biting flies were so unbelievably bad. They sent me running back for the car, and I tried to get outside the next morning, same thing. So I really haven't spent hardly any time here. I just put my feet in the dirt to say I did it. And this time I want to do more, so sweatpants are going on. It's the middle of summer. Sweatshirt is going on. I'm bringing my face mask. Dude, I'm going to be so set up. Voyageurs National Park is definitely one of the more little-known parks in the system. So let me give you an introduction to one of the most fascinating national parks in the whole park system. This is called Voyageurs National Park because of the French Canadians who would come down and use this waterway going through Lake Superior all the way over to Montreal over on the east coast of America. Use it for beaver pelt trade. So they would come trade with the natives out here in their canoes and then canoe like 1,000, 1,500 miles back to the East Coast to send the beaver pelts back to Europe to feed that ravenous fur trade that the European settlement brought to the Americas. This makes it a particularly interesting park to come visit because some 90% of the land out there is all only accessible by boat. In fact, the whole park is made up of some 40% water. This narrow band that you can see right over here is the only part of the park that is road accessible. The rest of it is just wilderness, and it goes all the way up to the Canadian border. So I'm in very northern Minnesota. This is 200,000 plus acres of just wild. So it's really inaccessible because of the water, but even more of a blockade to getting out into all that wilderness than just the water is the two most vicious animals on the outdoors that I've experienced anywhere in the world. That is ticks that carry all sorts of diseases. This place is filled with ticks. And then number two, very unique to here, is the biting black fly. Like I said, last time I was here, I spent 15 minutes out of the car before it was so bad I had to get back in the car and leave. These biting black flies, when they go to Alaska and some places around here, are so bad that they will suck like baby deer, baby moose, baby caribou dry before they can get away from the flies. That's how thick they are. So they will kill animals thousands of times their size because of how much like bloodlust they have, and they hurt when they bite too. Today, luckily, I've only seen one that hit me in like the forehead when I was walking down. But this place, man, it is wilderness like you can't believe. I don't know how the animals do it. That's a short little visit to Voyageurs National Park. Now it is time to cross the Dakotas, the Great Plains of America. Here we come. It's now day 10 on the road trip across America, and yesterday I realized how big Minnesota is. I drove for hours yesterday out of Voyageurs, and I've still got hours to go before I get to South Dakota or North Dakota, and then so much more. No time to dally. Let's start. The best part about this section of driving, I'm starting from western Minnesota across North Dakota, is for the first time since I started this road trip across America, I don't have to worry about traffic. Like, cows are the only thing I really have to worry about out here. There's no one in front of me right now. There's no one behind me. Like, I'm just wide open for hundreds of miles now. And it's something I haven't had for almost a full year being on the road. I'm back in like rural America, and it feels so good. Oh my gosh, I'm back, dude! I'm back! Yes! Yes! Oh, it took so long. That's such a long drive. Oh my gosh, I'm about to step foot on ground that connects to home. Oh my gosh, I just gotta lay down in this for a little bit. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh. Never has laying in spiky, dry grass in summer in North Dakota felt so good. Yeah, guys, you don't understand. I left home over a year ago. I left Stanley, Idaho back in June of 2025, and that was the last place that I was at that felt like my home. And then after that, I drove around all of America, all the way down to Texas, to Florida, up to Maine. I've been gone for a full year in all places that did not feel like home. Now that I'm in western North Dakota, in these bluff lands you can see over here, this is the first ecosystem I've been in that connects to home, because these bluff lands connect to the mountains of Montana, and the mountains of Montana connect to the lakes and forests of Idaho. Like this touches home, and I can't even explain the feeling. Like, oh my gosh, it feels like I'm back. I've still got 12 hours plus before I get back to Idaho, where I'm going to finish this video, which is like probably 3 days more driving. But this feels like it. And North Dakota, I know everyone's like hates on North Dakota, but this place is actually the best. And I'm going to show you tomorrow morning. I drove for like 9 hours today, 8 hours, something insane, and I can't be in the car anymore. I'll see you in the morning and we're gonna do the coolest shit. I'm coming home. It's day 11 on the road trip across America. Let's go live it up. If you drive 2 miles out the backside of Medora, as I point with the toothbrush, you'll find a place called Sully Creek State Park. Now, Sully Creek is a campground. That's how it'll pop up on your Google Maps, but most people don't know about it, is it has this place called the Idaho Trail, which is a legit mountain biking trail in the middle of North Dakota. That is how I'm going to spend this morning, mountain biking, but I have to be quick because in about 2 hours, I've got another video call with someone applying to join my Italy eco tour. So that's super exciting. Got to set up the Starlink, be ready for that, but I have to get on this trail first. I'd be denying my soul if I didn't get out on this trail. I still can't tell you how good this feels. I'm back at the top of the mountain, the bluff, here in North Dakota. Look at this view. It's a fairly short bike ride to get up here, but it's a really fun one, and just really cool to say I'm mountain biking here in North Dakota. These are some of the most underrated places in America, is over here in eastern Montana, western North Dakota, because they're the wilderness highways of the West. Bison, pronghorn, mule deer, all the animals you can think of live in this place. And today, I think we have a pretty good shot of seeing them. So a quick ride down the mountain, and we'll go see what we can get into. Yeah, here we go. Big stuff happening. We just crossed the park boundaries into Theodore Roosevelt National Park. This park's special because there's a couple virtually guaranteed animal sightings that we're going to get today, and I can't wait to get them in the camera. I haven't seen animals like this in so long, and seeing them is just like, my neighbors are here, you know, like this is home. First big wildlife sighting. This is what's called the prairie dog town. You see all these little tufts in the ground. These are prairie dog holes of all these little critters, like this one chirping at me right here. You can see they're all over the entire hillside with a bunch of little sentries out here calling out warning calls that I'm walking out here. I don't want to bother them too much, but prairie dogs are some of the coolest animals. The social hierarchy is amazing. They have lookouts that warn each other when there's predators or hawks in the sky, anything like that. And they are just the cutest little thing you've ever seen. They're everywhere here, and if you haven't seen them, they're they're so cute when you see it for the first time. That there is a badger. The ultimate prairie dog predator. Oh my gosh, I've never seen a badger in hunting mode. I've been driving all around this park and I just saw the first animal that we've been looking for, dude. I have to pull over. Okay, a little bit of stretching, just in case I gotta run. Okay, let's go see if we can see it. I think it's right down and around this bend, right on the other side. So I'm gonna go try to get on top of this right here. Maybe we can look down on it. That's what we're looking for. As I'm walking, I'm realizing I made a fatal hunter's mistake, is that I am currently upwind of the animal I'm trying to stalk. Not that I'm actually hunting, but the chance of me seeing it without it knowing I'm here are virtually zero now. Now my only hope is that it's very accustomed to people being out here and it's not going to be too alarmed when it winds me. Oh my gosh, I found them. Look at this. to bother them for 2, because they're clearly sniffing the air, telling that I'm here. They just don't have great eyesight, so they can't see me. However, this is the most iconic animal in North America, the American bison. Almost once hunted to extinction by settlers as they were chasing manifest destiny across the country. This iconic creature is roaming the plains once again, and its numbers are still growing. Like, what an honor to be able to see one of these 900, 1,200 pound monsters in the wild. Oh. Okay, it's my time to leave him alone. It's already 5 o'clock and dinner time here in Medora, and I'm gonna eat, but I've still got to keep driving tonight. I'm eating a little cowboy pizza here before I start driving over to Montana. Still so much more driving, but I love this town. It is day 12 on the road trip across America, and we're back in my favorite state in the country. This is Montana. The biggest challenge with being back here is there's so many things that we could do, from Missouri River Breaks to Red Lodge to down to Yellowstone to countless hot springs, Glacier National. The video would never end if I was gonna do all the things that I could do here in Montana. We've got lots of progress still to make to the west. This is the biggest state I've driven through on this road trip. And gosh, man, it's exciting to be back though. So let's see how much progress we can make tonight. Another 6-hour driving day. I made it back to my favorite place in the world. This is the Blackfoot Valley of Montana. All the places I've been, all 50 states, all over the world. There's no place in the world that feels more like home than right here. And that's what I said when I walked back into the little town today. I just looked around and I said, this place is gonna be my home. That's one of the things you learn when you travel a lot. Not just where you wanna see next, but what place you wanna come home to. Taken a long time for me, a lot of traveling, 6 years of full time. And now, today's the first day I know for sure. This is home. Day 13 on the road trip across America, and today's the first day I can tell you we're getting close. I'm less than 3 hours away from my final destination now, but on the way by, I'm stopping at my mailbox that I haven't been to get mail at for over a year, and this is always stressful, but also one of the most exciting parts of a van lifer's life, because we get to see what we've been missing out on. Let's see what I got waiting for me. It's always so funny to see what you get. Friends, 2025 was a profitable year for wealthy Americans like you. Just so you know, if your AGI is 45 million, your income tax savings are over $1 million per year. Not quite there yet. This is day 14 on the road trip across America, week 2 on the road since I left Maine. And today is really cool because it's the day that I get to finish this road trip at last. Last night I drove into this place called Symes Hot Springs, the Symes Hotel here in Hot Springs, Montana. It was really cool because this is a town I grew up coming to as a kid for years, where families from the neighborhood would all come and meet here. It's like our family vacations. We would soak in the hot springs over here. And I soaked in these springs last night. I would again this morning, but they'll put me straight to sleep, and I've still got like 2.5 hours of driving left before we finish strong. I'm less than an hour away from Idaho right now, and that means there's only 2 things left to do on my cross-country road trip list. And I actually have a friend who just messaged me. He's gonna meet me to do the first one with me. I'm so excited. Dude, this is the homecoming run. We're doing it. I am back in Clark Fork, Idaho at one of my top 3 favorite bakeries in America. This is called The Pantry. The other 2 bakeries are the Sparrow Bakery in Oregon and the Red Hen Bakery, Montpelier, Vermont. I have a map of all my favorite places, the link in the description. But this is it, man. Only, this is the first of 2 more things I have to do in Idaho before I've officially completed the road trip. So you might remember at the beginning of this video, I ordered a pumpkin roll when I was mountain biking in Vermont, and I said that when I got to Idaho again, I was going to compare the pumpkin rolls from opposite sides of the country and see which one I liked more. This is my favorite bakery probably, so I doubt it's going to be better than this. Let's see. Oh, good. That's just the best. That is so good. Idaho, let it be said here first. The pantry's pumpkin rolls are better than those of Vermont.
Right after I finished my pumpkin roll, my dear friend Pat Young and his sister Nona met me at the pantry to talk and welcome me back home. Pat is sort of like the king of Clark Fork. He's the guy that takes care of all the kids. He's the football coach. He does all this stuff for the community. And he's sort of the guy that was my first basketball coach way back in the day, a huge mentor figure for me. He even actually came to my Medora International Eco Tour. We've stayed connected ever since. He's one of my favorite people I've ever traveled with in the world. He's an absolute beast with no social media, so you can't follow him. He's all mine, and I love him.
After 2 weeks of road tripping across America, all the way from Maine, I am back in Hope, Idaho at the Hope Bridge, Lake Pend Oreille. The house I grew up in is about 2.5 miles that way, and this bridge is where me and all the kids would come to after school to come jump off of these into the lake. So now, since then, since I graduated high school, it has been tradition that every time I come back to Idaho in the summer, the first thing I do is backflip off that piling, and the last thing I do before I leave is backflip off that piling. That's how we're gonna end this video.